edibles if you want them.
Oh, I'm down if we link up.
I have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, like over 10 edibles.
God dang.
That's not a, you rolled the.
Island game.
That's not what you took yesterday.
What? Nah, I took them last week and I woke up like dazed, bro. It was crazy.
Are they strong?
Hell yeah. If you want a quick little KO to the dome, they're all yours.
Like that.
I have them as partying gifts.
Is your
You
is
would
your
just
girl
want
still is your girl still growing that shit?
We have she has one tree growing right now, but it didn't grow as big as the ones y'all saw last year.
what happened to those?
We just ran out, bro. I haven't bought weed since November of last year.
Damn.
Man, you never even let me try it.
My bad, dude. We never. I feel like we haven't linked up. Didn't you? I feel like I did smoke you out once with it. If we ever smoked in the last year, then I had to have smoked you out with that stuff.
Oh, maybe actually.
You didn't even tell, bro. You just went to sleep when I left.
All right, let's start the shit.
But
My best.
September 2nd, the best trade of the week that I missed. The whack.
The,
Oh shit!
I'm gonna let y'all explain that one. I didn't take a trade, but I was like paying attention to you guys on that day, and I feel like I took the exact same trade on Thursday, which is the trade that I won.
Was that the big drop?
Yeah, but I only got in at a 10 point winner. But yeah, it was a big drop. Or yesterday's or Tuesdays. I mean, on the second.
Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's Tuesday was the second.
On you took.
The one I took had a big drop as well throughout the day.
What day was that?
Thursday.
Thursday. On the 4th?
Yeah. My bad. Opening it up.
It had a big drop.
I didn't take a screenshot.
I see a wrap.
Never mind. Yeah, I saw it wrong. But I got in at that drop. I should have got in at the.
Oh, I see. I see the drop.
I don't know why I thought there was a big drop.
And then it dropped to pre-market low.
Yeah. I exited right before like the pre-market low.
Oh yeah, I remember that. All right, I'll just start with the second. Where's my zoomed out version? All right, this is the zoomed out version. So with this one, I mean, it was at my key level, 4 hour demand. I had 2 4 hour demands, but the pre-market low was right beneath my second 4 hour demand at 63.91. And all pre-market we were selling off. So that really is what made me hesitant about getting, if I have that, long, because I was like, damn, am I catching a falling knife by trying to long this near the open? Because you can see here, like it was just sold off aggressively, and then the rest of the pre-market just was selling off. It kind of was dying down here, but going into the open, I was unsure of what to expect with this kind of sell off. And then if you go to book map, right here, this is 630. So it sold off aggressively right into my key level. You can see the aggressive volume hitting my key level, and then CVD stalls right at the under pre-market low here. You can see it. And CVD was the main reason that I didn't take the trade, which I need to work on because everything else aligned. Let's see. Where's my? When I look at my NQ, like these charts here, everything was where it should have been. ES was at the 4-hour demand down here. SPY was right at the 4-hour demand, just had tapped it and then got above pre-market low. And then NQ was right at its 4-hour demand also. It dipped under slightly, but it aggressively got bought up on the first 5 minutes. You can see the wick right there. And then VX had rejected 2-hour supply, which was showing that weakness, which gives takes pressure off of the indices. So right there, just looking at these confirmations, everything aligned. And then here you can see the limit orders holding price multiple times. So here it sold off aggressively into 63.83. Limit orders hold. Pulls back, tries to pull back again. Limit orders hold. Tries to pull back again. Limit orders hold. While CVD is stalling. And then I seen this pop here, and I was like, okay, buyers are showing their presence. Then it stalls for a bit, and then it pops up again. And this is when I had told myself, okay, I want to see a pullback to 63.88 hold. And the reason I said 63.88 was because I was looking at this low volume node here, and I was like, if we can hold above or inside of this area, then and seeing this large bubble here being filled above pre-market low, I just mentally I felt comfortable with it holding this area here. And I was like, if it breaks underneath this, then it may want to keep falling lower. As long as it held 63.88, I thought it would be good. And then this is that second pullback here into 63.8850. CVD is kind of like falling a bit here, but it's still stalling. It's not like an aggressive drop. It's just kind of like chilling there almost. And then this is that third retest, right where those limit orders had appeared. Well, not right. These limit orders down here at 63.87, that's exactly where it pulled back to, and the limit orders appeared again. But I seen this, and I just didn't like how CVD was not curling up, and that was the main reason I didn't. I seen the aggressive push, and I thought about it, but I was just it's like, nah, CVD doesn't feel right. But in hindsight, everything I wanted to see occurred. The aggressive selling into key level held. Buyers showed their presence here back into 63.88, the number that I had mentioned. Large order had got filled here. Then it gets bought up, shows buyers are still present. I think there was actually news around here. Let me just double check. 6:45, we had PMI. So I was hesitant about entering at 6:40 because I was like, damn, 6:45 could just fuck me. And then 7 a.m. we also had news. But the rally happened before 7 a.m. So right here at 6:40, 46, 47, when it pulled back to 60.87 is when the rally took off. Just replay the book map. Do I have it? Yeah, this is it. C391.
I realized like this week I missed so many chances getting trades.
Yeah, this one specifically bugged me because it gave me 2, maybe even 3 chances to get in, and I just did not execute it.
Same. CVD was the reason I didn't take it. I didn't take it also.
I hate that. I had never seen it. I mean, I feel like I have, but I had like ever since I started like really focusing in on absorption, I had never really seen it happen like that.
Yeah, it usually curls up, huh?
Yeah. Or at least has like a trending direction up.
Yeah. I wonder if certain confirmations are stronger than others.
Um, that I don't know actually. Like comparing which one?
Because I see CVD and volume shift and volume as super important for some reason. Like in my mind, they're just super important. Like more important than LBNs, more important than outliers. So if CVD wasn't curly, this is the reason I didn't take it, is because CVD wasn't curling or wasn't trending.
I would say from what we've
So,
been learning, the LVNs and the outliers are the least important. Like I don't think those are that
right,
important compared to the other two.
right, I agree. I just
Um,
don't know
Gosh, this interface
when to do.
sucks.
I remember when this happened, I said that because of this is something I still gotta like review in the future though, because of how aggressive or how heavy the sell off was in pre market. See, that made CVD like look at CVD right now. That made CVD just drop drastically so much to the point where I feel like even if buyers showed their presence, it was barely gonna affect CVD because of how much of it of a drop it had already, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So that is something I'm gonna pay. I even noted it in my journal. Something I'm gonna pay attention to because we had an 85-point sell off overnight,
God damn, that's crazy.
and that
So
doesn't
also,
usually happen.
look at your chart. We have the same key zone. Like I ideally, I kind of want price to break above the 4 hour demand line, and then like retest it, or like uh have like absorption happen right there. But when the move happens inside 10 points, I don't know if it's going to continue further up or if that's the move. I think that's what fucked me up, the loss I took, because you kind of pointed out that the move had already happened when I took that short on Friday, on Thursday or Friday, or whatever.
Yeah,
And it was like a 10-point move inside wherever I took it, inside my key zone, but it didn't continue to break down because I took a
the
short. It did,
thing for me is I said the move had already occurred because you were you say this is pre-market low. You took it
yeah,
like this was the supply. I'm reversing it, but this was the supply and this was the pre-market low. So the move from here to here already occurred, and then you were trying to take a break and retest of this pre-market low.
you're kind of right. Yeah,
Whereas down here, we're still inside our demand. So once it did say this is a 10-point move, it pulls back and it comes back to the demand. That's still valid. Fan
I
is
don't know.
crazy. Um, so that's why I think it's very difficult to, at least right now, to focus on pre-market lows, especially when they're not inside of your supply zone and your supply zone or demand zone, and your demand zone is so close. Like I would almost just not trade that pre-market low and just focus on my supply zone up here more. Because more than likely the absorption is going to occur here rather than over here. At least the cleaner absorption. It may occur over here, but the cleaner version of it would occur here.
Yeah, I think Eloy took the absorption inside the supply zone.
Of Thursday's trade.
Yeah, the one you won, the 10 points, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
he
one.
did. He just
Yeah,
got in early.
I got in super. I got in super late.
I got in early, but it was testing a breakout. But every candle afterwards was underneath the last one, so it wasn't like creating new highs. But it was.
Yeah,
I
that was
got in
good.
outside of the zone of my charted zone.
Yeah, it was a good trade.
What the hell is going on? Oh, I zoomed out too full. I mean, I went too full. Why the fuck is it? Damn, I had this shit on all day.
Someone forgot to turn it off.
Where's 6:30? Okay, so this is 6:30 here. And like one thing that I didn't like about yesterday's setup for me was I didn't see as aggressive of buyers going into my resistance zone, which was that trend line. And here you can see, look at how aggressive this selling is. You could just see it on the volume bars here. It's just super aggressive, showing me that sellers are really trying to show their intention of breaking this. And that's a super good sign that the absorption is starting to occur. You want to see that aggressive, like it has to be very aggressive, not just some like mediocre uh present. Like you could see the difference between when sellers are really trying to push and they're not.
That'll always
So
look.
here,
I was just gonna say
what?
that always looks confusing at the open though, because it'll always look like that at the open.
I mean, yes, but look at this one here. Was it no
Or
setup?
maybe that is the setup to like, regardless if it's the open, if everything aligns, I'm assuming.
Look at how this it does show aggression, but it kind of like is just one bar of aggression, and then the volume kind of like dies down, and then buyers show their presence again. Whereas here, it's just heavy selling. Like selling starts right before the open, gets aggressive, gets aggressive. It kind of dies down, but it's still like sellers still are trying to push this lower and lower and lower, and then they start to die down. Whereas here, uh, they show their presence real fast. The buyers show their presence real fast, and then it dies down, and then they show their presence again. I mean, it does show itself in different ways. Or like, look at this super heavy selling. Like there's a big difference from when they're kind of just there and they're like heavy there. It's mainly though, like you want to see, uh, they don't all have to be heavy selling candles like this, but that you want to see them around that same area and bunched up like that. And it has to be at your key zone. If it's not at your key zone, then I could care less
But wait,
what it's
this
doing.
is like a heavy sell off, which is a sign for a possible one of many signs for a possible reversal. But the bars
It's
there.
the first sign. This is the first sign you have to see. If you don't see this, then the reversal's not ready yet, or is not building up yet.
And can you go back to your
So if
last screenshot? Because that one, the volume bars didn't look as aggressive. Remember, it was just the one single one.
wait, that's my question. So if it's weak going inside, it's not ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Because this
But
one looks weak and it's going to reverse, and the last one looked stronger and it was going to reverse as well.
I know, but if it's weak, that means sellers aren't there, right? Am I tripping?
No, because remember, we're thinking of absorption. In order for absorption to occur, you need to have aggressive, this is thinking in demand, like if we're gonna go long, you need to see that aggressive selling is hitting these limit orders. Because if they're not hitting these limit orders, then who are the buyers absorbing?
Oh, I guess that's true.
So you you want them to die down, but you need to see them aggressively hit the bids first. So here they're aggressively hitting the bids and then they die down. So that's what I'm saying. First, you want to see the aggressive sellers by selling off. You obviously see that they're struggling because now here buyers are trying to like try to push it. Now sellers start to die down, and now once they die down, now I tell myself, okay, I want to see buyers show their presence. Or as this is happening here, once like let me slow it down because I legit will tell myself this as it's occurring. Like I'm seeing this sell off here, and I'm like, okay, I'm zoomed. I'm like, okay, sellers are here. They're showing their presence. Now I want to see uh, them die down and buyers show their presence. So, okay, buyers still haven't shown their presence to me.
What if limit
Sellers are
orders
still.
don't show it?
What?
What if limit orders don't show it?
Then that's a red. That's a red flag to me that the like I personally want to see limit orders. There have been scenarios where on the retest the limit order may not appear, but everything else does appear, so it's still a good opportunity. But definitely like on that for on this when this is occurring, I need to see limit orders.
Yeah.
So here I'm still like, okay, I need to see buyers show their presence. Oh shit, I lost my other chart. I don't know where. Give me a sec. So I know that we're under pre-market low, so that's a good sign to me. And the I'm looking at the volume bars right now, and I see that the volume still hasn't fully died down, but it is volume bars are getting lower and lower here at the moment. And I'm looking at CVD. CVD is trending down, but the way it's trending down, I feel like it wants to start stalling soon. Limit orders here. Okay, buyers are okay. Now here I'm telling myself, okay, buyers are trying to show their presence. I want to see a little more aggression from them. I almost here would even prefer them to get above pre-market low and then pull back.
Wait, the green one's pre-market low?
No, this blue one.
Uh,
So here I'm telling myself, like, okay, buyers are showing me their presence, but I want to see that sellers can't push lower at the same time. CVD is now starting to stall. So now I'm telling myself, okay, the absorption is starting to occur here. But we want to see that sellers obviously don't keep going low. And you don't have to enter on this first aggressive push here.
so
Okay,
technically,
now
so
go ahead.
technically, if you just enter as it's breaking above pre-market low, that's not considered a breakout, right? Because technically you're playing off the demand zone. So you could technically just enter once it breaks pre-market, right?
Yeah. But just know that for the most part, when it does this breakout, it's most likely gonna pull back and either do a stop hunt and kind of break slightly under here and then take off, or it's gonna like pull back lower than pre-market low. So you have to set your stop accordingly. And that's why I don't like taking this first initial move because I kind of see it as like this first initial move is showing me, okay, buyers are here. Now, since for the most part it'll pull back one more time and either do a stop hunt or pull back to like around here. This is where I want to enter on that pullback, right? Like around here. I think they load up around here also, actually. This order gets filled.
So the first initial rally, or not rally, but initial volume shift is probably not the best
Is
one to take.
Yeah, to me, that's buyers showing their presence. And that's
They're
what's starting to give me comfort in like not having to get in right away. Like initially, I used to see this as like, okay, buyers are showing their presence, it pulls back here, and then I try to get long here, but you don't really have to get long here. Like obviously your risk to reward here is a lot better, but your chances of it stop hunting you or like you may have to take a second try if you always getting in on this first initial move.
For me, the move starts like for me, the ideal move is to test to go above the demand line, but anything below that is like extra credit to me.
Another thing, I just noticed this right now because I remember yesterday that dude that I sent you guys said he wants to see a large order get filled, and I just seen a large order get filled right now. This 400 lot order appeared. It appeared right here. It was a four, and then 500 lot Sal bubble got filled. Where did it go? I see. Here's a 200 lot limit order for sell side. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, was it this one? This is 500 lots down here. I think it was this one actually. Oh no, right here. 400, 300. It's getting filled, this large bubble. And then look at, if you hover over it, 497 lot bubble. So all this buying occurred here, and then sellers try to push this down, and the order got filled, and it pops up off of this. So to me, that's buyers.
It's just CVD, man.
Yeah, CBD is honestly what stopped me. I honestly, if CBD would have curled on this, I would have taken it.
Same. I was telling myself, oh, okay, it's happening. The move's happening, but CVD was sketching me out.
But look at CBD right now. It isn't curling up aggressively, but it is slightly pushing higher, which to me was like, I don't know.
But it's
And
only
it's kind of
slightly
hard to
pushing higher.
tell until after.
Yeah, it's only pushing higher after fucking like 6 point move or whatever.
But if we're seeing this occur here, and we're also seeing that, I mean, I don't remember exactly how it looked in real time, and I don't know how you have your charts, but look at what NQ's doing. This is 5 minutes after. What time does that happen? Oh, this is right at that time. So at this time, NQ has this wick formed, probably most likely, and then ES is on the obviously inside its zone, and then VX is at its supply zone, and then for me, SPY was tapping. So like, although CBD wasn't curling, all my other confirmations were telling me this was ready. But this one was what pissed me off is this pullback that I didn't take. So after this occurred, I was like, okay, we have this like low volume area here. So as long as buyers can hold this area, this still can work. That's why I had mentioned 6388 because it was right at the bottom of the low volume area. And you can see this limit order sitting at pre-market low. So like just those little things, the LVN pre-market low and the limit order sitting here, I was like, okay, this area has some importance to it at the moment.
Did it reach it?
Yeah. Well, not the pre-market low, but it reached 6388.
Oh.
And then after on the third test, it pulled back to pre-market low.
Like right here,
You can see here.
because you can't read the CVD. Would footprint eventually end up making like helping out in that situation where you can tell who's actually stepping in, or would it be too small?
No, footprint would be telling us what happened here more. Like we would be able to understand this order more.
Mm.
You would see this order get filled very obvious on the footprint chart.
But for our confirmations, you only need majority to appear for it to be a decent trade. You don't need all of them.
There's like
That's what I'm
tiers to the confirmations, because I think the number one tier should be your zone, the number two tier should be CVD and volume, and then the number three tiers, not that they matter, but I like the outlier, and what was the other one he just mentioned?
LBN.
Limit order.
LVNs. Like studying Carmine lately, now I understand like his LVN type of trades are like after the move happened, and now he's just trying to find like where is this rally going to continue?
Yeah, exactly. That's when he misses the move and he waits for the pullback.
I feel you really have to identify and write them down what your confirmations are, because you didn't mention limit orders right now.
Oh, and I do. You're right, because yesterday you mentioned that I forgot another one, but I do. That one's an important one to me too. Like when I'm charting my screenshot in the moment, like those are all the things I was looking for when I took the trade. But when I'm charting my screenshot, I'm like, what am I missing? And I even knew I was like, oh, that's right. As soon as you said it, I'm always like, I only have 4 green checks on here. What am I missing?
And what throws me off sometimes, honestly, it's dumb, but Gabriel has like 6 confirmations he writes down, and I only do 4, and I'm like, fuck, am I missing something? But I'm gonna just write down. Oh yeah, I don't like outliers. I probably should.
Yeah, I think Gabriel puts in on the list. He puts the LVN and the outliers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does do the LVN too. I don't do that one either. I'm just writing them down here. Key level. What mine are at least. Key level. Limit orders. 3 CVD.
But if you have like 3 confirmations, I would want all of them to appear, whereas I have 6, so I don't need all of them to appear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see, I have 4, and as like now I'm starting to realize that like if one of the 4 doesn't appear, it still could work. But if all 4 appear, then to me it's an A+ setup. Yeah. But like the first one, when I say key level, like I'm not just talking about like, maybe I could even split this up, but I'm not just saying, okay, market's at my key level. Part of my key level confirmation is that I see this aggressive selling go into my key level, or if it's supply, aggressive buying go into my key level. That's why on this, I'll just move it over here. Was it this one? Well, on this one, I put should have waited for a higher day break first, and then I put like that caution symbol, even though it did occur. But part of the caution was that the aggressive buying didn't fully show itself at my resistance zone. But like I said, part of my key level confirmation is that I see this aggression occurring inside my zone. So like I kind of want you to like really lock in on that. You need to see this aggression in your zone. And then for it to die down, and then buyers show their presence, and then you have those limit orders, and then you have that volume shift, and then here CVD didn't fully curl with it, but it did work. So then it pulls back one more time here. I was so patient for this too. God damn. So here's that. Okay, What?
No patient didn't take it.
Look at here when it right when it pulled back into the demand zone. So here a limit order appears, pops, but barely anything occurs on volume, and then it pulls down again right to my number that I said 6388. Look at the LVN here, right at the bottom of the LVN. The limit order appears, price hits it, and takes off again.
But this is what I'm talking about. From the bottom, it's a 12-point move from the bottom to the top. Like if it pulls back all the way down, like that doesn't sketch you out.
But the LVN is
No,
just
because my
popping him out.
target is far from here.
Yeah.
What?
My target is far from here.
What do you mean?
To me, even if I would have got in down here, my target isn't 6396.
I know, but but that's 12 points already. That's a move.
No, but it's not my target. So the move to me hasn't occurred. My target is VWAP over here.
I know, but
So
it doesn't
technically
always. But it doesn't always work that way, though.
I mean, nothing in the market's ever gonna work exactly to the T, so that's part of the risk you're putting on. Obviously, yes, here aggressive selling appeared, so the this occurring is could be sketchy, but the fact that these limit orders are still holding here, the LVN is right there, this aggressive order appeared and market popped up off of it. We're at my demand zone, like everything is still bullish. Like nothing about this is telling me. Besides that, I didn't even acknowledge that it was a 12-point move here. But to me, the move is still present. Unless it breaks under this here, then I'm like, okay, I don't know. Maybe this is over. But unless if I see aggression here, to me, it's still possible of working because I'm targeting VWAP.
I think
I'm only when I enter the trade am I like, okay, I'm looking for at least 10 points. But like I mean, I get what you're saying because I didn't even acknowledge this in real time, but I don't know, I just like markets not showing me uh weakness when it pulls back here.
yeah, I think I don't know if this is helping Gabe, but to me, when the move can still happen because it hasn't completely gone out of the zone. If it's gone like way out of the zone and then coming back, that might be a little more sketchier. But to me, it's kind of still within the zone, even though it's popping out of it.
And look at how this buying occurs. Like I'm to me, I'm this doesn't show me weakness from the sellers at all. I mean, maybe down here you could be a little nervous, but I had in my head what I was envisioning. So the fact that it started occurring as I was what I thought started occurring to me, it's like, okay, this could still work. But obviously I bitched out. And then it pulls back again here. To be honest, on this pullback, I was like, okay, this might be done. This is the pullback that I thought.
Hey, what's happening?
You were quiet.
Why?
What?
Were you not talking this whole time?
Why?
Are you getting disconnected or something?
No.
No, we're good.
Were you?
I hear everything.
No, I did see we were talking and you didn't respond, but we just thought you were being quiet. But that makes sense because you didn't respond for a minute.
Yeah, I got disconnected. And you weren't talking, Eric.
Gabe called you a few. I mean,
I
Eric
was
called you a few slurs. I was surprised you didn't respond.
I was going in right now.
Yeah, so just ignore it a little bit. Oh.
And this is the third pullback here, right into pre-market low. Limit orders appeared again. and then that buy shift occurred, but that CVD didn't curl. So just like if I were to just screenshot this at the moment,
That's funny. You know how when I record the video, the rest of my screens turn dark because it's only focusing on what's being recorded. And right now, you're taking a screenshot, and it made my screens brighter.
what the hell?
Yeah, that's weird.
So if I were to just check off what my confirmations are, hold up.
Probably talking.
Are you not talking? Because all we heard you say is probably talking. I don't think Gabe is in.
What are you
Eric,
talking about?
Eric, why aren't you fucking responding?
I am. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
We're not hearing you talk,
I don't
Gabe.
know. All I heard you say was probably talking.
Me?
Yeah, like you came in and that's
Yes.
the only thing that we heard you say is it was probably like cutting off the beginning of your sentence and you popped in at the last two words.
Because I can't hear Eric. He's moving his cursor, but he's not saying shit.
Oh yeah, we're here. I'm hearing him. I think it's on your end, Gabe.
What the fuck? All right, let me disconnect. Hold on.
Because probably talking, fucking bitch.
The fuck, man? It's annoying.
So if I were to, can you hear me?
Yeah.
If I were to just check off my confirmations here, aggressive volume coming into my key level. So you could just title this key level off. Fuck,
Man,
what?
that looked tight when you
Key
did
level.
that. That looked cool at first. I was like, damn, this one knows how to edit different.
So there's that first confirmation we need. And then the limit orders are there also.
Then the aggressive drop.
By key level, that's what I'm referring to, my bad. That's why I circled the volume there.
So key level and aggressive drop are two different. Not are the same thing or two different things? I thought they were different.
I just maybe I should split it then. I just because internally I've taken it as the same thing.
Wait, you're taking the volume shift, the aggressiveness, and key level with the same thing?
No. This volume is aggressive volume coming into my key level. Okay, I'll label it different.
Yeah, he said he shared the labeling of it. He said, "Yeah, lazy."
So okay, first is the first confirmation is my key. So market comes into my key level, and then the aggressive volume into my key level. Aggressive selling. I'm gonna put.
I thought it was a volume spike.
Okay, we'll call it a volume spike. Whatever you want, Gabriel.
No, that's what you called it.
Well, that's what we're gonna call it then, volume spike. All right, from now on, I'm gonna refer to this as a volume spike. Moving forward,
it spikes down inside your key level.
Moving forward,
you got it, champ.
You called it that last week.
Okay, I'm gonna keep calling it that. I believe you because I do remember saying that. So we got the. Oh, let me add that here then. I'm gonna start doing my journal like that.
That's how I've been seeing it.
It's gonna mess up how I type this.
Just do it the way you do it, and we'll see. Well, I'll adapt to that.
Well, the thing is, I in my head already have labeled the aggression coming into my key level together. So I'm separated.
Okay. No, I mean if you label that together, because that's part of the key, right? Is the aggressiveness
Yeah.
inside the key zone. So yeah, it can be both. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Because if it doesn't happen, then it's not valid.
Yeah, like your key level isn't working.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, take the volume spike off.
Okay.
This has got a 4-for-1 confirmation, bro.
I'm just going based off what you said last time, man. If you're switching it up, you gotta explain.
Eric said all of the
Okay, and then
confirmations and said that's one.
Okay, so then the limit order appears here, and then we get the CVD stalling. So that's a good sign, but we didn't get the CVD curl. So I'm gonna just put that as a caution. So we got the CVD. Oh shit, stalling, no curl. Boom, boom, boom. So I put the caution sign because that's a little scary. We didn't get the curl, and then we get one volume shift here. But because we're zoomed out, it's not gonna look as obvious at the moment. What the fuck?
It looks obvious because compared to all the other candles, they're all flat, and those are the only ones that are popping up.
Oh, that's true. And I like to change the color of this one just so I see the difference. So here's two volume shifts that somewhat occurred around the same time. And then the next volume shift is over here. And then this one hasn't occurred yet because I took the screenshot too early. But another one occurs here. So that's 1, 2. This one's iffy, the CVD, because it didn't curl, and then we got the volume shift there. So that's my 4 confirmations appearing, and I just didn't take it because the curl didn't occur. So we can say,
so if the volume aggressively spikes below your key zone, you don't, and it creates an LVN, you don't consider that a confirmation.
say that again.
Like, you know how when stuff aggressively pops into a supplier demand, it creates a low volume node. You don't consider that a confirmation.
Aggressively breaks under my key level.
Yeah, like in a demand zone, because the aggressiveness, like it goes through the price super fast. So buyers and sellers don't have enough time to place their orders, or it skips their orders, creating a LVN. If that makes sense.
As long as it's inside my demand zone, I'm open to it. Because I, in my head, am consciously aware that there is times where it'll break under my demand and then pop back up into it. And as long as, say for example, I was aware of this order that appeared here. Do you remember the 500 lot order that appeared?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, say I was aware of that order and then it aggressively breaks under my demand zone. And now in my head, I'm like, okay, if this pops back up and gets back above these 500 lot orders plus pre-market low, then this zone is still valid to me. If it stays under this, then I'm not gonna take it. But if it breaks under my zone, pops back up, and then holds around here, then to me it's still valid.
So what I'm getting from all this is that I definitely overthink all this shit. I'm making it harder than it has to be, because I've been confusing myself this last week for some reason. I saw all the confirmations, but then my brain, like with this drop, whatever, I'll switch to bearish for some fucking reason.
No, don't.
Yeah, definitely don't switch your mindset. It's more of like, oh, don't take. If you go on bearish in a demand zone, then just don't take the trade yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, like if I'm becoming bearish in my demand zone, to me, I'm like I'm not even gonna trade because now I'm just
Now
my
you have
mind
to wait for the breakout.
is not viewing the market the way it should be.
Yeah, that's why I've been missing everything. But I think just to be on the same page of you guys, I think I'm just gonna do 4 confirmations now too. Because I noticed that every time I journal, the outlier in the LVN is always NA. I'm always like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
it's not there.
I've realized that about your trades too, and I'm like, why does he keep mentioning them if he never even uses them?
And
Yeah.
it's not the setup because LVNs have nothing to do with absorptions, right?
Yeah, it
I mean, they
does.
do appear like this one, but I don't. That's not something that like using as a confirmation. To me, it's just like, okay, there's an LVN. That's a good sign as long as it holds inside it.
Yeah, plus they're the least important anyway, so
Yeah.
I'll just do the 4 then. Fuck it.
That's why, like, that is also why I like kind of condensed because before I feel like I did have the outliers, the LVN, and all that as my confirmations, but I condensed it because I feel like having this be my confirmations allowed me to like not over how you said overthink it because first it's the aggressive selling into my key level, which appears here. Limit orders hold price, which appears here. Buyers show their presence, the volume appears here. CBD stalling, no curl. I'm just aware that it's stalling and I'm cautious that there's no curl. It pulls back into those limit orders and buyers shift again, pulls back again and buyers shift again. Like there's not too much that I have to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So you said if one confirmation doesn't appear, that's still a valid setup?
Yeah, and to be honest, the confirmation that I feel like is the one that is like, I don't. Sometimes it gets iffy. Is CVD volume shift to me always has to happen because that's showing you who's present in that current moment.
Yeah.
So the ones that always have to happen to me are aggressive selling into my key level. I definitely want to see limit orders. If limit orders don't appear, then who's holding the price there? And then CBD stalling is something I definitely want to see also. Like maybe not curl, but definitely stall. Because if it's not stalling, then and this
So
here doesn't really like I would say it's falling because it's still kind of within its range, you know?
so stalling is still a bullish sign then, if it's in a demand
Yes.
zone.
Yes.
All right. All right.
One
All
thing
right.
I
Yeah.
will say, if it's stalling and not curling, you have to be a bit patient because look at here how it's not curling on the buying. So maybe the curl isn't the signal, but multiple tests of that is the signal.
Yeah.
So it's like CBD is the
So
confirmation, depending on the direction. But if it's stalling, CBD stalling is still a good sign if it's in your key zone.
yeah. And if it is stalling and not curling, I would say just be a bit patient with the with the times it tests your level. So if it's stalling and not curling and doing exactly what we're seeing here, where I'm circling, it pulls back into your level. You almost, I almost think to myself like it's probably gonna pull back again.
Mm.
There's gonna be more tests of the key level if it's just stalling because if it starts curling aggressively, then buyers are there at that current moment just trying to take off. If it's stalling, then buyers are stalling. That's almost how you could think of it.
Yeah.
But you have to take it on one of these next tests of buyers showing their presence.
Yeah.
And to me, if everything is here, all my confirmations are here. Moving forward, if it's stalling, I'm not gonna label it as A plus. I'm gonna label it as an A setup because I didn't get that A plus confirmation of that curl.
A plus is when all the confirmations show up, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that
And
sounds reasonable.
say limit orders didn't appear, but everything else is there, then I would label the setup a B plus because one of my confirmations specifically was missing.
But would you still take it?
Yeah,
That
limit
that
orders seems like the sketchiest one.
that that's sketchy, and I have to be aware that I'm taking a B plus setup and not a A or A plus setup.
Mm.
So like if you take a loss on that, and as long as you knew you were taking a B plus setup before taking it, I think it's okay because you knew what you were getting yourself into.
When we start trading the
That
four
makes,
size, would that be like a trade? Would you be like, all right, maybe a one contract trade since it's B plus?
yes,
For
yes.
sure.
That's trade management. That's risk management. That's smart. Absolutely.
I low key want to start, even though it's demo trading, just see what it feels like to do more contracts.
Just do it. You got like $1 million.
But just because there's so many times where it's like, all right, my one contract reached my target, but like, what if I could have just gotten a little bit out of my position and still kept stayed in it? Which always ends up happening. Like eventually, not always, but eventually, it's like, damn, if we would have
Elo
stayed,
just goes live with 5 contracts moving forward.
damn,
Like you did, remember? You used to do that.
damn, on options.
Oh, was it on options?
Yeah. I've never
Dude,
done more than a contract on futures.
do you ever think back like, what the fuck was I doing?
Fuck yeah.
Like 9 trades in one session?
I think back and always go, what the fuck was Eric doing? It's like,
And look at here, the volume shift occurring right there.
So
Getting
this is
above
still
the previous candle.
so if you got in on one of these pullbacks, it's not a reclaim level retest, it's still absorption to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly don't label anything reclaim level retest anymore. If it's inside if all my absorption things appear, I don't even pay attention to reclaim level retest anymore. I guess it reclaimed this pre-market low, but to me it's absorption occurring here.
Yeah, it's just part of the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. See,
But
I've
this
been
thing, dude,
overthinking all this shit, man. Like I have stupid ass questions that I'm like making it harder. I don't know.
I did realize a few weeks ago that I could see how reclaim level retest and absorption gets mixed up because it kind of occurs inside of absorption at times, but my main focus of the setup is the absorption.
Yeah, I mean, with absorption, you're gonna get pullbacks. So
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's gonna kind of get confusing, but just focus on the concept of absorption and forget the reclaim level retest, at least for now.
yeah,
I wanted to see how the CVD trended when that value thing. Ah, fuck. I can see it here trending up now. That's bullshit.
any one of those pullbacks would have worked. Even if you got it in the beginning, it would have worked. Dude, this one's perfect.
Yep.
and sometimes you don't
You would
get
have
that
got
many
in at
pullbacks.
80. You would have set your stop. Even if you set your stop under 87, you would be chilling. Annoying. To me, this was the best setup of the week, to be honest.
Yeah,
For my
dude.
absorption.
Yesterday, I went to work out and then I came back and the market just tanked. And I was like, dude, if Eric was in that shit,
That
fuck.
dude. Those are the moves I like. That's why I like focusing on the 4 hour, 2 hour, and 90 minute because I've noticed like that's where those moves are occurring. Like those larger moves. Even I think this day it took
So you're not charting 45 minutes anymore?
Oh, I do chart the 45.
Uh,
I just didn't finish my word. Look at how the rally for this day. From the lows, was this today? Was this the day? Yeah. All the way up. If I would have, oh shit, it rejected that one. Oh wait, no, this is the morning sell off. So what is this? 70 something? 80 something. Why does it look different?
Hey, also, let's talk about key levels and how you guys see them, because I'm overthinking that too.
I'm gonna end this video real quick.
Yeah.
Start a new one.